Hayden here from my bottle shop. Today we've got Michael here from the Exchange. He's just going to talk to us about the Sipsmith Gin Range. Go for it, Michael.
Yeah, hey guys, Michael from the Exchange. As I said, here to talk about Sipsmith today. So I wanted to introduce you to a great range of gins from London that we've brought to Australia. So our first one we're going to talk about is our London Cup. The London Cup from Sipsmith is the quintessential gin. This goes back to a recipe that they've found from the late 1800s. Sipsmith gin, first distillery since 1825 to be launched in London. What they've done here is they've actually found that recipe from the late 1800s with 10 botanicals, from botanicals that they would have found back in the 1800s. So it becomes that beautiful quintessential gin. Soft enough for that martini, but again, really easy to be used for that gin and tonic. Yeah. So Hayden, I've got it in the front of you here now, so if you want to have a bit of a taste and a bit of a smell. The first thing you notice is the beautiful botanicals.
Yeah, that's right.
And even with it being straight, it's quite easy drinking.
Yep. It's quite juniper forward, I would say.
Extremely juniper forward.
Great. It's long, smooth.
Easy drinking.
Yeah, easy drinking. It's
even straight, it's quite interesting. The other range that we've got going through, we've got our VGOP. So VGOP, very juniper OP. So this is what we classify as our Navy strength. This is a 57.7% APV. So it's again, back in the day when the Navy sailors would be getting paid with their gin or with their rum, the APV was 57%.
I wish we were all paid that way.
You could actually pour this liquid onto gunpowder and it actually was still light, so they knew they weren't being ripped off when it came to their time.
One of the interesting things about these gins is that they're batched. Just want to talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so one of the things that we find, well, one of the beautiful things about Sipsmith is it's a one-shot method. So it's not a gin concentrate with neutral spirit and then water added to it. They're actually batched. So the maximum we can batch at any one time is 300 bottles at any one stage. We can't make any more because we just don't have any more stills. The only way we can make more gin is to actually buy more stills. At this point in time, we don't. So the maximum we get out of it is 300 bottles per batch. And on the back of each batch, there's actually on the back of each bottle, there's a batch number.
Yeah.
You can actually go online and see when that batch was made. So whether it was in the middle of summer, whether it was winter, you may see a slight change in regards to its taste profile. But again, so currently we're over 1,000 batches for our normal London Cup, for our London gin. With the VGOP, currently we're up to 35. 40, So 40 is about where we're at at the present time.
It's not a lot, is it?
No, it's not a lot.
Small batch.
But again, we're all small batches across the board when you look at it. Moving from there, so why we call it VGOP, I'll get back to that for you, Hayden, so you can sort of understand. It's about getting as much juniper flavour into that gin. So what they do is they macerate the juniper berries with all the rest of the botanicals in the still, roughly for around about 15 hours, 30 hours at the top side. Then, once that's been done, that's about the magic number is around that sort of 30 hours, they'll then add more juniper berries just before the still starts. The still starts and then they actually enter in their vapour side and we'll put more juniper berries into the vapours. So it'll all come through and at the point of pleasure we end up with this beautiful liquid at a 57.7% APV, which is just a great way of doing it.
Yeah, it's interesting at every step of the process they add more juniper.
That's correct.
So, yeah.
So that's the reason why they call it the VGOP. A bit of a take on the cognacs and the VSOPs and the XOs. That's a great way of doing it.
Cool.
The next one we've basically got is our slow gin. So what we do here, slow gin is more of a liqueur than anything. It's around that sort of 26% APV. What we do here is we take those slow berries, they're flush frozen, so their skins crack. So therefore, and then once they've been picked in autumn, they then get put into a great big tank of our London gin, and they're macerated in that between 3 to 4 months. So it's quite a long process.
Quite a long period of time to be sitting there.
Exactly right. So you get all those beautiful flavours coming out of the berries, all the way down into the little seeds and getting that sort of woody sort of texture coming through.
Yep.
And again, a great way of adding into a Negroni as a start point, utilising the slow gin, the VGOP, add some Campari, add some 1557 Cinzana. Makes a cracking Negroni. Trust me, I've tried it. It works well.
Sounds amazing, yeah.
And then the last one we've got is our Sipsmith London Cup. So back in the 1800s, at the end of every bar, there was a punch bowl.
Yep.
This is our take on that punch bowl. So a great gin suggestion for this one is to take 1 part or 2 parts of the London Cup, depending on how big a glass you have, over crushed ice with a minced brie, lemonade or ginger ale, and have a really, really refreshing
Yeah,
drink.
sounds
Simple,
great.
but it sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
easy drinking the whole way through. And this one here we actually have, it's infused with Earl Grey tea. And plus also all the other ingredients that we have coming through from everything that you would have found, again, back in the day in the 1800s. So all those different sort of botanicals that you wouldn't normally see today, like with the London Dry, you've got cassia bark, you've got some almond, so some ground almonds, some Spanish ground almond.
Wow.
We've also got some licorice root going through there. Of course, plenty of junipers, and also angelica root. So things that are blast from the past. So guys, please feel free to make sure you touch base with Hayden, have a look at it, have a taste, and have a try.
Yeah, great. Thanks for coming past, Michael.
No worries.
You can find all these gins, the Sipsmith range, on MyBottleShop.com.au. Stay tuned for the next episode, and please subscribe.
See you guys.